I can see that it won't be long.
You are home, but you're not alone. A salmon was stopped from going upstream after it was unable to pay the toll and was told to swim downstream against the current. Do you not realize how evil that is? When I tried to swim against the current, I was so damaged afterwards we couldn't even numb my pain.
You know that I do weed to get me through the day, because if I was to not do weed I'd probably have you killed.
So do you doing weed saves my sexy life?
It saves your life. I don't know about sexy. That is a serious word and I don't think that you fit the criteria.
And you don't even have cafeteria criteria.
No, of course not. I have pizzeria criteria cause I am a classy bitch.
A man was arrested outside Johnny's Pizzeria in Manhattan in the early hours of the last minute. It all kicked off after he refused to pay for the damage the pizzeria sustained after he flipped the table and killed the owner's mother. He was taken out back and punched a bit and he left with all limbs intact, but his ego, well, that shit was more bruised than my best friend's face after he said I looked like Van Helsing.
But mommy, you do look like Van Helsing and that ain't no lie.
Why do you purposely try to make me feel like shit all the time? I'm the one who makes you feel good, and more importantly I'm the one who makes you breakfast in the morning. If it wasn't for me you would be hungry right now.
I wouldn't call a glass of ink and some dust breakfast.
Back in the good old days, that is all I lived on, so cheap and nutritious.
Nutritious? It's fucking poisonous. I had to go to the doctors this morning because the ink had turned my skin blue and I actually look like I do when I wear that clown suit.
Hanky poo. When I gave birth to you, you looked like that, and the nurses nicknamed you Baby Clown, and that was your name for about 3 years until I filled out your school application form and I was informed that your name was fake, so I had to call you something innovative, so I went with Hank cause you are a piece of shit and I would forget any name I gave you, but the only way I would remember your name was if it rhymed very well with my perfect son Frank, and it surely does, doesn't it, Hank?
What? Do you mean to tell me that you are a psychotic freak show with shit for brains and pussy willows for decor?
My pussy tastes like willow bark.
A man was arrested after he was reported to be screaming out in pain while riding his bicycle, screaming, "It's chafing me, it is really fucking chafing me." The local authorities found him by means of helicopter ride and they shot him down like a wild bear. You would think that was inhumane, but it was actually the safest thing to do. He was taken to Maumee Regional and is now in tip-top condition and ready to go out to the big bad world again.
Not all stories have a happy ending, but this one does.
And not all massages finish with a happy ending, but mine do.
That's because you work at the Rub of Sugarland.
Bitch, who told you? Fill the gaps.
I will fill my gaps when you drop dead.
And I will drop dead when you fill your gappy gaps.
I am so happy right now.
Happy?
Yes, cunt, I am currently filled to the brim with apps.
You're a Microsoft computer, aren't you? You're a Microsoft Wilma, aren't you?
Yes, Hank, yes I am.
A severed dwarf was found floating in the local pond this morning. The rep for Mummy Water Parks couldn't confirm or deny the identity of this dwarf, but could say it wasn't blue and that it wasn't severed into 7 tiny pieces, though he did divulge that it was most likely a vicious attack. He couldn't say if it was money motivated or if it was revenge, though he did speculate that it could have been someone from his tribe that wanted him gone after a deal went sour.
A sore loser was found moping outside the local pub after he lost to a chicken in an epic game of poker. The sore loser was so upset with himself that he was carving crazy shit on the ground with a knife and a broken bottle. A policeman was off duty and saw what this man was doing and took him to the back of the pub and bashed his skull off of the wall until his head rolled off, and he then kicked it into the rat-infested skip.
You'd think by now that I am home, but you'd think a lot of things and you'd be mostly wrong.
I am never wrong. Mommy can never be wrong.
Is it wrong to be stupid or stupid to be wrong?
I do not know, cause I am neither.
You keep telling yourself that. Anything to help you sleep at night.
A fucking a day keeps your perverts at bay.
It keeps them at bay. And how many fuckings into how many perverts? Cause I know for sure that you mean every perverted fan that you have. 2 years ago, when we were at the height of our fame, I would wake up to awful noises in the living room. At first I thought the dead were in the living room knocking things around to catch my amazing attention. Then I realized it was you copulating every single fan that was lining up outside the door. What you did was illegal, and the only reason you didn't get arrested was because you pay the local police department to not come knocking on your door whenever they get reports of illegal activity about you.
Are you obsessed with me or something?
Or something. I am your fucking son and I live in the same house as you. Everything you do I have knowledge of because I am God.
You see me in the kitchen? You see me bake that chicken?
The only thing you make in the kitchen is meth and you make it in the kettle like a broke bitch.
The key to my heart is through mind-altering chemicals.
You are so chemically imbalanced you don't know if you are living or dead.
Bitch, I am the living dead and don't you forget it.
No. You're a smelly whore and everyone but you knows it.
My clients don't know it.
Yeah, well, your clients have Helen Keller complex.
No, they don't.
Actually, so do your fans.
What exactly do you have against me? I have never done nothing to no one and I will never cause you any pain. All I wanna do is be your next best friend and have you lay out on the table and let my friends eat you like turkey.
You have friends?
Yes. Lots. Plenty and lots.
They must have Helen Keller complex too.
You bitch.
The Peninsula.
I am gonna have to stop you there, Hank. Don't you remember the discussion we had last night when we got home about letting me do the Peninsula Report some days?
I remember the discussion, but I remember that I didn't agree to letting you run ragged on my fucking show.
Well, fuck you, I am doing it. The Peninsula Report.
A series of tweets were arrested last night after death was hauled at Frank. I may have instigated hateful tweets towards him after I tweeted that he was after stealing all my money and left to make a life for himself in God knows where with all of my monthly savings over the last year from endorsement deals and my new book deal. Apparently he was so angry with my new book Hank My Life With and Without Mommy that he and Mommy decided to plot my demise but swindle me out of tens of millions of my hard-earned doll hairs. They conjured up this horrific plan late Friday night and they thought I was asleep after getting fucked by the local drug dealer, though they were so wrong. I could have murdered them in broad moonlight. I heard them talk that talk and they couldn't walk that walk, but I will tell you something, I stole that money he was gonna steal with anthrax and he should be dead by now, and I can tell that he is dead because like my uncle my bank balance is untouchable.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop talking about your uncle in a sexual way?
Don't tell me what to do, you filthy skank. You are the one who did your best friend an injustice when you stabbed her in the back at your 30th birthday bash.
I did no such thing, you motherfucker. I want you dead so badly I would sell my soul so someone could blow up your home.
My home is your home unless you are forgetting, you dumb slag.
I do not know what I have done to deserve your hate, but I want you to stop. All I have ever tried to do was be a good mom to you and Frank, and this is how you repay me? By telling me that you own my home? It is mine, it's got my name on the lease, and you are just an unpaying tenant, a squatter in the eyes of the lie.
I think you will find that after you were fired from the Peninsula Report a few years back you fell behind in the payments and the only person that could pay for the rent was me, and to my knowledge I still am the only person living in the house able to pay all the bills. So until you stop getting fired and start charging for sucking cock, you can shut up, sit the fuck down and not shit all over the studio like some out of control party gal.
Seriously? Who the fuck pissed in your eyes?
I could say the same for you, but because I am so perfect I won't say anything nasty to or about you. If I say something about you that seems nasty, it is not, it is just the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts, but it hurts you so much more because you live in a fantasy world where you're a queen and everyone loves you.
Hank. Darling. I am queen, I'm the biggest star on the planet and everyone respects me, and this show is nothing without me. Can you please tell me what the fuck that episode of the Peninsula Report you leaked that you were naked in? I'm taunting good old Dr. Zimmerman.
That was the last episode I did before the show got cancelled because you killed the producer and executive of the television company. Don't you realize how much effort I have gone through to get this show back on the air? Do you think I am going to let you take that away from me? I will never let you do something so ridiculous again, and if you think of doing something like that again, I will personally see to it that you are removed from the show and replaced with a slew of my friends.
The only thing more disgusting than this show is the fact that people want to hang out with you for free.
You see this glass?
Crazy cunt.